Greetings. Dumelang, Sanbanani, Tawazani, Khanya, Lesedi. Greetings over the diaspora to those that don't speak the languages that we speak. We haven't done a live in the longest. Okay, it hasn't been the longest, but yeah, let's catch up and talk about, I think the last topic we spoke about. Just want to reiterate on that. To those who will be joining us later or just catching up to this later. I was hoping we'd have people can share their experiences as well in terms of this. But anyway, so as we know, we are approaching our African New Year. Okay, first let's start with the nitty-gritties of our space here. Thank you so much to those who are consistently renewing the membership. Thank you to those who are buying their Cosmic Resonance packs. I think the last one should be shipped today. With the current orders that we have. If you've sent us a message and there's no response, please just check in the spam folder as well. Sometimes, the messages can get lost in the spam folder. What else did I want to touch about? Okay, then I'm going to be sharing an event that the Kemet Forum boys through Abangoma are going to be hosting. It's going to be a camp situation from the 20th to the 23rd of September. It's also going to be Kumpumalanga for those who are not going to be doing the bigger event, that other movement in Orlando. But anyway, so yes, the African New Year is soon approaching. You can see things are starting to green nicely, go springy, go nice, and everything else. But I want us to talk about the last topic that we had started on, the last catch up we had, the last live we had about a trickiness of the healing space, right? So I'm gonna share my experience, and I really did not want to mar the space with such things, but it's a spiritual responsibility on my end, to do what I need to do here. Sorry, I just wanna get the documents on check. The documents di be ready, ba gaetsho, So so I was part of like an incubation program. So with the incubation program, there's usually situations where they teach you about like a business plan, about getting your market and all of that, right? But there's always the lacking, the spiritual part of it, And apologies in advance if I am all over as usual. Those who've been here, they know. But ADHD, so I will accept that as well. But anyway, and thank you so much to those who are doing the Newt fast with us. I know it is a bit hectic, but I think if you are in the healing space and you're Black, I think the biggest, not the biggest, one of the biggest, it should be the biggest, is petitioning or a patlaring or praying or doing some work towards the healing of us as a Black people. Ne? But anyway, so New Year is approaching, and I did not, so I thought we're gonna also have an event, but I wanted us to have like a whole unity thing so we can practice this Black unity, because it's not really nice when this one is hosting their own spring equinox, then that one is hosting their own spring equinox, that one and that one. So I thought we're gonna be able to do it, but I just got very overwhelmed. But the Kemet Firm boys also have a camp. It's a 4-day camp, 20th to 23rd, Bahujadi 23. They're just extending the invites to us, not that but just to get that experience. It's going to be in Mpumalanga as well. I will share the poster, so please check the community tab for that one. And then, so my experience though has been going to the Holy Lands, what is supposed to be Mecca for us as a people, go in Zalo, because that is the Eastern marker and this is the welcoming back of the sun. So anyway, I bump into another poster. Yeah, this healing space or healing space. It's called Awakening Center of Consciousness, right? Led by a lady called Tanya Kayembe. Ne? So everything I'm going to be sharing here, it is from my own experience and all of that. So anyway, as I was saying that with the incubation program, the business incubation program I was on, what are your spiritual practices, you know, as a business person? Are you doing affirmations? And like nothing religious, nothing, you know, but how do you ground yourself? Do you meditate when your day starts and all of that? So got an opportunity to go to a place or to be involved in a healing well, what was presented to me was that it's gonna be a retreat, a psychedelic retreat, right? So then when I asked further, okay, it wasn't the regular ayahuasca or human. I was like, oh, for the price, it's quite decent, you know. So anyway, this lady, so because I've done this before, I haven't done, so about her healing modalities is cannabis as well as shrooms. So one probably had not access to the Amazonian stuff, right? Because the Amazonians take their practices really, really seriously. You know, I feel South Africa is probably the only or one of the places where, yeah, spirituality, man, it's so commodified so badly. It is so commercialized so badly. And we give thanks, you know, we give thanks to the pioneers of demystifying the space, you know, the Tohoza Gogo space and all of that. We really do give thanks for that. But that good intention, Leona, started going short-lived. So this rising, I bump into a post, yeah, Ras Heru. He's on Facebook, imparts knowledge. So if you want to go follow Ukesha there, please go follow. He shares amazing, amazing stuff there. It's about spirituality and totality. So his post reads, maybe I'm one of the old-fashioned, I'm one of those who's old-fashioned. This whole thing of taking snaps of umsamawako and valuable things on the altar, burning of mpepo, pashas, laying a chicken, or even ukuphehla igobong, and all the personal stuff that are conducted in Sebenzini wetongo is but a streak of loving attention and approval seeking. Izangoma zaku cyberspace zithanda amehlo abantu too effing much. I'm mansoga. So that is the post, and I'm like, oh, actually, yeah, maybe because we're in the same vibrational space or whatever it is, but this is what I wanted to address today. So we give thanks, you know, for the pioneers who led that whole movement of, you know, and if you do have a calling in that regard, you know, and but then space I expand, and now we are seeing Batho Khoshapuwa Makobongo online and all of that. And look, I'm not anti the healing modalities. I'm not a gatekeeper of healing methods that people do. I'm not I'm not anti, you know, but once your healing is more about social media versus the actual work itself, I personally, myself personally have an issue with that, right? So this is me sharing my experience, yeah, the retreat I was supposed to go to. So anyway, the only person I trust the psychedelic retreat, we've had him here. But then I was like, okay, I've never done shrooms ceremoniously in a sacred space and all of that. I've always taken shrooms in a recreational manner. And yeah, maybe like cannabis because we are consistent consumers of cannabis, but we're having an amazing series with a queen who's going to be guiding us on the series that we're going to be doing. Yeah, cannabis, right? So anyway, I was like, okay, so I say to this lady, also, first of all, it's a group, it's a WhatsApp group, abo, and a friend of mine also is like, yo, Gogi, let's go to this thing, abo. And I'm like, oh, no, I already saw this thing. It was presented like for like the spiritual work that you need to do as a business person. And I'm like, okay, this is quite reasonable. So the fee was 6.5. Ne? Like a little baby. So because I've had an experience, yeah, this retreat, and yeah, maybe because us as a people are not access to these things, and we feel hore the likes of maybe the shamana I mentioned earlier on, oh my gosh, it's the fee is a lot. So when we went, I think the fee was like 6.6, but it was definitely worth it. I really got my money's worth and all of that. So this lady, Tanya Kayembe, she presents a package. The accom is included. So we just have to sort out the food. The accom is included. The healing. So healing or it's the psychedelic thing, ne? It's somatic water therapy or somatic dancing or water dancing, something like that. And then it's going to be water therapy and channeling. I'm like, oh my gosh, for that fee. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Anyway, because I'm in part of the incubation program, the finances get sorted and all of that, right? So anyway, this Tanya lady, ne? Unale group. So in that group, I see familiar faces from this movement I used to be part of in Soweto. So I see familiar faces, and because I know how spiritually in tune and they take their spirituality seriously, these people, I was like, okay, I feel a little bit comfortable. So this friend of mine, Abarno Kogi, let's go. I Shapo. I made contact with the shaman. Ne? I made contact with the shabani. Deposits are due, I feel due date, yeah, the deposits. So I'm like, okay, no, cool. I made contacts. I'm like, okay, the deposit, this amount, and this is what's needed. Shapo, my money gets paid there, right? Anyway, but I had to get a letter with my own money, ne? Sure. Anyway, we go to then progression. So this is 7 days before the actual leaving to the place. So because I also have my own spiritual practices, and because I've always been interested in psychedelics and shrooms and all of that and cannabis, so I know the sacred part of it, of how to prepare spiritually for these plants, because they are spiritual plants, even though we use them recreationally, especially cannabis. So I'm like, okay, usually I'd want to prepare 7 days before. So you purge everything, or cleanser, you stay off meat and meat products and all of that. And then this lady, Ore, no, we will start our fast on the Monday. We are leaving on Friday. That tripping is supposed to happen on a Friday, sharp. I get in contact with my mentor. And then this lady, she doesn't know who I am. I don't know who she is, right? So that one is my fault. Azanka Kugula, I didn't go look at the retreats that she's done. I've never done all of that, but because by virtue of I'm trusting the space, I'm trusting the space, the healing space in. I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna hop on Abo. And I tell my friend as well, make your payment, but there's no space left, which was another lie, ne? Sharp. So in that group, I think about say 8, ne? 8 people are gonna go there. And because we're so comfortable in spiritual space, I'm not expecting to be scammed. I'm not expecting for vibes to be snacks and I'm thinking we are on one alignment. It's a spiritual space. We know what it is that we are going here for. We want a healing and all of that. Anyway, passports get ready, Hi, Kibono Raiman. This lady doesn't know what she's doing, but the solar plexus I'm always speaking about, the Heru self that I'm always speaking about, or you always listen to that. Maybe you always need to listen to that part, that gut feeling of yours, ne? Shabai, anyway, we flow because I'm also so busy, I'm not taking due diligence into researching all these things and all of that. Sharp. So flag number 1, 5 days before, but no, faster 5 days before. But anyway, because I know I'm familiar with these things, I take it from the 7 days. Shapo, and because I'm not really a meat eater and whatnot, it was a bit easier. But the challenge was making it vegan based versus vegetarian based. Hi, Shapo. Then Monday, okay, are we allowed to know? Because everything was all in secrecy and all of that. So I'm like, okay, are we allowed to know where we are going, where we will be staying, right? First of all, hashtag human trafficking, hashtag a Mang Mang is missing, every day, like the period before I left for this retreat. Every day I'd log into Facebook, there'd be somebody missing and all of that, you know. But because it's spiritual space, I'm trusting the space. I'm like, I know, Arbangin. So in the group, or okay, so what is the medicine that's gonna be administered? Where we're gonna be staying? So she shares this place where we're gonna be staying. I'm like, okay, it looks decent. At least the place exists. Reviews about the place and all of that. So that is what I do if I book a place in that personally. So Shapo reviews, everything is good and all of that. And then I ask again, what's the medicine that we're going to be administered? Abare OCO, cannabis, le shrooms. I'm like, okay, cool. I've never worked with these things before, but I'm like, I'm a little bit disappointed because obviously, how psychedelic, I'm expecting something like ayahuasca or chuma, TMT, you know, something that's gonna make me trip. But anyway, I was like, okay, you know what? I also want to heal this issue that I have with or the friction I'm always experiencing when it comes to female healers or female business people and all of that. You know, I was like, okay, no, it's part of my journey. I'm gonna respect this shaman. I present the shaman, but she's not a shaman. Ne? So we're gonna go back to the dangers of this demystifying the healing space and social media to it, right? So anyway, we go, and then I'm like, okay, I'm expecting this lady, Otlo Refadi pre-counseling. So she's expecting us to drive all the way from Johannesburg to go to Hartepies. She got a farm in Hartepies, which I probably think, Leona, she's scammed her way through it. I don't know. But anyway, she lives in Hartepies. And I'm like, okay, that's very short notice. And if you knew, these are the people you're going to be working with, because obviously you need to connect to people's spirits and whatnot, see if this person is suitable for this program that you want to take them on, this journey that you want to take them on. Because had across the dimensions, there's other entities, you know, and some people are not ready. Some people maybe you can tell in when you're connecting in spirit or you're connecting with the ancestors, these things are not for you, you know. Hi Shapo, me obviously approved all the way with cannabis and plant medicine, you know. I am Cape, so these are my things, you know, and all of that. Hi Shapo, so I asked this lady, can these consultations be online, you know, which is, you know, we know we can work from home, we know we can do online consultations. And shout out to the people that got their consultations from Umkulu on Monday. So that was her gifting to us. She doesn't really work that way. She doesn't really work on Mondays, I think. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of spiritual people don't do work on Mondays for some reason. Anyway, this Tanya lady, and I asked her, okay, so can we do the counseling online? And she's like, okay, we'll do the consults online. So I did not get my pre-counseling, what you need to do for psychedelic retreat. She didn't pre-counsel. She didn't she didn't do anything sharp. And then issue 2 comes, okay, we're gonna be taking a bus, a public bus. Sharp, I don't have issues, I'm not stuck up like that or anything like that. But also, man, I'm grown folk now, you know, I don't want to be taking the buses to places. But then I was like, okay, maybe it's my ego self also speaking there. But for me, I think if you're saying we're preparing for something spiritual, rather keep the energy consistent. Hire a ride or do something. I get it, this is your fee. And then she kept on saying, this is a love offering, you know how much my retreats cost and whatnot. So fee or 4.5 at this current juncture. I know her fee to be 4.5 for the ceremonial stuff, and which is quite reasonable. You know, this is what these people charge for their things. It's just with us, maybe we don't have access where it's a bit more pricey, but it is definitely worth it if it's genuine. Shaman owner, no pre-counseling. So you need to do a pre-counseling, you need to do a post-counseling after to reintegrate back into your regular life, you know, because you're going to be crossing dimensions and all of that. So none of that was done, but we're going to get to that towards the end now. So Shapo, my friend says, I don't take buses. Like I'm not a student anymore. I don't take buses for a travel like that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on a bus for 10 hours. But I was like, okay, you know, it's my ego self. Sharp. Then send the passport and all of that. and she books this bus literally on a Thursday. Now we're supposed to leave on a Friday. On a Thursday, she books this bus. Sharp. Or Wednesday, but it was late, or Wednesday night, or Thursday morning, something like that. Sharp. So she lies because I asked her, okay, is there a refund? Because I'm not happy, one, with the medicine, because I was expecting something else, and then two, I'm not happy with the mode of transport. I get in contact with my mentor too, but I'm like, you're not mentor. This is ego self talking. I'm just gonna go here, sharp. Right? And then because Neseki, but and she's like, no, she'll refund, she refunds my friend half of the fee, and then she says no, she'll get her healing what from her practice. Sharp. So then the only thing that I googled was, okay, her surname, where's Kayembe from? So Kayembe by origin is from Congo, and because of Congo, then I took her seriously. I took her very seriously because, yeah, if it was, maybe I'm still a little bit prejudiced, right? No, most South African and spiritual space, I shapo ke Kayembe, and but then she's actually Zimbabwean, and I'm like, okay, it's a she's got a running practice, she's got apparently the TikTok. I still haven't gone to the TikTok. I'm gonna do that because I wanna share this also on TikTok. And like I'm saying, it's not to anybody's business, but we in spirituality we don't play like that. It's a spiritual responsibility from my end. I can't let people be scammed. Rather go in knowingly, okay, I'm going here and this is what's happening. Sharp. Anyway, the bus day no pre-counseling happens, and I'm like, okay, can we have like at least a Zoom meeting or a WhatsApp call where it's all of us, the people that are going there, where it's all of us, so that we can ask questions. This lady busy is scamming other people clearly because she's doing healing work there at her practice and whatnot, and she doesn't have time to do the session with us. I'm like, okay, this is strange. Red flag number 3. Sharp. Anyway, we get to, and then from the, oh my gosh, there's no space left from the 8 people, I think, really 3, including herself, ne? So anyway, the other gogo, I won't mention her name, unless, yeah, no, I won't mention her name, actually. This is my story. But this other gogo is asked, the shaman asked this gogo, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Duh, we fasting. I'm so hungry. Please get me a pie. Ne? If you are also the shaman self, you also need to be prepared spiritually. It's not just for the people that you're going to be administering this medicine to that they need to prepare. So Gogo I'm a little bit apprehensive, but eventually she decides that she'll buy her pie. Anyway, the WhatsApp group, I ran like 2 minutes late, but anyway, I make it. I board my bus, and Kipakila very light because I'm going to be in bars and all of that. It's going to be beach living, and it's going to be we're going to be doing a lot of healing work. It's not Nagaya vacationing. Agaya vacationing for me, it's healing, and then because we'll be gone for 7 days, it's going to be the vacation after. Sharp. Sharpo, Runabo, Stoners United, like we literally blaze every day, like even now, nude period, I'm literally off cannabis and all of that. Sharp. Anyway, Ajay, hi, sisters are on the bus. I don't wanna kanja arengi. Please do forgive me. My energies is off. I just wanna sit alone. I'm like, okay, a little bit bratty, but anyway, shaman, let's go. But also, Lena, it's a strange. I don't want to be making conversations for 10.5 hours with somebody I've really not met. Anyway, we go sit. I go into the bus. Towards the end, obviously, I go sit. I get my own place. I sit there. Shabu, even the lady that was next to me, she's not quite chatty, which was really nice. Anyway, we get to the country. We get to the country. And then this lady, you know what she said? She said that we're going to get there. So it's going to be bus from Johannesburg. Today, when we get there, we're going to get not a shuttle. She called it but she presented it like She said we're gonna get a 4x4. Yes, we're gonna get a 4x4, and I'm thinking 4x4, beach sands, and all of that. It's gonna be, like a jeepney situation. But anyway, as you call up, we're not about the luxury, we're about the healing. So she gets on a call with me before we leave, though. I'm convinced. I'm spin doctor, basically. She spin doctors me. It's like, yeah, this is the ego self that you're dealing with. And then yes, before we leave, before Friday, she says to me, she says something so offensive. I'm like, you don't know me, first of all. So she sends us like little guides, what to do and what not. So in the group, I'm asking her, okay, is the certain food okay, kind of things. Like, no, I gave you guys all these things, to hide information from a black person. You need to hide it in a book. First of all, you don't know me. Second of all, you will not read the books that I'm reading. Third of all, she didn't say in that document that she said she had sent. So a little, oh no, this is also a lesson for me. Spin doctor. Mashayak, scam artist. Anyway, so anyway, we get to the country. When we get there, we changed our money to different currency on some other pasabo, change to the Meti-cash and whatnot. We get there, go the bus station on the other side, Shapu. Then now she's frustrated. This lady, she's like, Gary, she didn't know what she was doing. Granted, she's got a lot of stamps on her passports, and she was telling me how I mustn't let my ego come to play because she's gone to this country in absolute luxury before, and she's gone by bus before, and now she's going by road because she wants to feel grounded. It's been doctor sharp. When we get there, then we have to hustle a maxi taxi. I got on Uber there. It's so weird. But we hustle a maxi taxi. And I'm like, okay, this lady said transport is included. So I'm not parting with any more cash than I already have parted with. Sharp. Then SIM cards, we need to get SIM cards from the other side because my Celsi SIM card would connect to the network, but because I'm not roaming or it wouldn't roam or something, I don't know how to set it up if I go to a different country. So to get SIM cards to that country, so my friend Nkulu Kopano had prepared me for no, either get a voter or get this network. So when we're there, obviously we look like tourists. They're gonna be wanting to overprice us because we're not speaking the language. And I'm like, yo, it's okay. I don't want to give props to the Zulus on this one, but I'm going to give props. Zulu is very important, guys. Zulu is very, very important. If you know Zulu, you can survive in Africa. But at that moment, I really, really wished I knew the Shangaan. Yes, they speak Shangaan. I wish I knew the Tonga language because it's close to Shangaan. So the other gogo that I was with, she grew up in a township where they mainly speak Tswana and Shangaan, and Tsonga, sorry. They speak Tsonga, so it's close to Shangaan, so she could at least communicate. But we found a lot of Botswana people there. Very interesting. Anyway, so they wanted to overcharge us and all of that, but because of this guy on the bus who was telling us, you can get a gig for I think he said 30 Meti-cash or something like that, right? SIM card and a gig for that much. Shapo, so we're riding on that. So Baba Dangor Chacha the 100 Meti-cash, we're not coming on board, obviously. Shapo, then there's a fight between the maxi taxi people and whatnot. Anyway, we get onto this maxi taxi, and then maxi taxi, it drops us off at a taxi rank. We get to a taxi rank. On this taxi, we need to get onto a taxi. We get onto that taxi. When we get into this taxi, we go to another stop point. Go stop pointing, or not this fake lady faking a trance there, fake a trance, because obviously they're gonna wanna overcharge us. So they saw us, this person wanted to charge us 18,000, I think, Meti-cash, which converted becomes Boma 3 point something. I remember the amount was quite ridiculous, or 4 point something was quite ridiculous, with our luggage and all of that. Whereas taxi was, I think, but converted works out to Boma not more than 20 rand or something. Shapo. Now we get onto, so get bus, get maxi, get taxi, second taxi now. So she makes a trance, so then because I'm still thinking she's a shaman, this lady, I go to her, I'm part of the team that I'm part of that team that's yeah, usually in regular circumstances, in regular life in South Africa. So anyway, I go to her and whatnot, and she's like, yeah, no, you know what, my ancestors are so upset because why are we doing this to each other as Africans? Why do you want to rip us off? Which is valid. Why do you want to rip each other off, you know? And we understand, man, we are hungry and all of that, but we shouldn't rip each other off, you know? Like back in the day when you travel to a different country, the people in that country will be very hospitable, you know, take care of you and all of that. Anyway, getting into this taxi. It's a quantum, ne? Quantum, but it's a 15-seater. There were 22 people in there, ne? Well, it's about like a rapao, ne? So luckily I was sitting like towards the window, and yeah, like people like in the front seat there was like 4 people. There was people more ranka kata. If you know ranka kata, this is the seat just behind the driver in a taxi there. And then my big bag is there, but I got my backpack with me. I got my get bag with me. Yeah, easy access to my phone and everything else. Sharp, we get into this taxi, and sharp, it's quite a distance. Then we get to this place, this town in this country here. So we didn't go to the capital. And we go to this place, very beautiful place. Shapo, we buy veggies. So the other Coco, she withdraws there. So people advised her, you know, rather swipe for everything there, because the exchange rate, yeah, withdrawing internationally is quite hefty. I think I paid $80 withdraw for one transaction. You pay $80. This is on Capitec, ne? I don't want to use my other bank, Medical 811. Yeah, I don't want to use that one. Anyway, we go to this place here. We buy like the remaining stuff. So the arrangement was, because we're there for 7 days, everybody will be in charge for dinner for two nights. For 2 days you'll be in charge of dinner. Shapo. So I knew, okay, so I packed vegan and vegetarian stuff, because I knew, okay, I'm gonna do maybe lentils this day or chickpeas this day or whatever it is. Marcos. Anyway, when we get there, now we need to hustle a 4x4 here. So she had a contact who lives in that country. So she makes contact. Okay, we shouldn't pay more than this much. Sharp, this guy charges us 2,000 Mexi cash, or discounted at 1.8. Anyway, I see 4x4. It's the van, but anyway, it's a van. We get onto this van, and onto this van we go to this island. So you need, like, you either need a quad bike there or a 4-wheeler, because it's beachy. So regular cars, they can't drive there or anything like that. So a lot of people use the quad bikes or motorbikes or the vans themselves. Anyway, we get there, they drop us off. It's very beautiful, you know, it's glamping, homonate, it's glamping. But Miss, you're a healer, but you don't know how to deal with energies. She had her sleeping quarters is a chalet and whatnot. But hey, you are the shaman in this, right? So she goes, sleeps there, we pack our stuff, and then, so the glam tent, there's one big bed, and then there's 2 single beds there. So this gogo's like, no, Kogi, please have this one. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not really fussy in terms of that, but we sage the place. Day one, this lady, Oriko Rona, yeah, please make sure that you get content. Flag number 4. Rahila, libatla content. Sharp. Anyway, we go here. So it was very beautiful. We had like a nice lagoon there, you know. So I made the best with this disastrous and scammy situation. So anyway, we go to the lagoon. Oh, Pele Wari Seja. Campe Pole, Palo Santo, and then Nafeke Trans there as well. And then she comes to me, because I know of the work that I'm doing. You know, when you scam people, rather scam people who don't know the space. Okay, don't scam people, period. Don't play in spiritual space with scamming. So rather with people that don't know anything. Sharp. Anyway, I reckon she touches me. Yeah, so I'm thinking she's coming to my heart chakra, because I know my heart chakra is permanent work. She says to me, hey, your womb, this. Girl, I've done a lot of womb healing. I'm still doing a lot of womb healing. So there's no way that you're going to be triggered towards my womb and all of that. Like we've, you know. Anyway, we go Laguni, we swim there, and she does the Ntotako TikTok, guys. Have you guys bumped into this clip? Mobile I call my power back to me. Literally, word for word, she was wanting us to recite this thing, and then make sure you get content. Sharp, okay, content creator, but there's certain things we're not gonna videoize. So anyway, the other gogo, she was specifically strict with that. Please, my footage, can that footage not be published? I will say what can be published, what cannot be published. I respect it, especially because like if they know you as a church person and then you're there doing other things or whatever, you're wearing a bye or I don't know. So in that, what has I kidi fake transa in English as well. Not that it doesn't happen, but she's transing in English and she grapples on the little Zulu that she knows. Now remember I said that her surname is Congolese, but she's from Zim and I think she's got Xhosaness or in her lineage, I don't know, but yeah, we are all one thing, and that's not my issue. That's not my issue. So she grabs onto the little Zulu that she has and throws in words that she's probably heard that people do when they are tranting as well. Yabo? Hi Shapu. And then she says no, so we must speak life over her. Let the other go. We do the things, we do the things and whatnot and whatnot. Sharp. Anyway, Lagoon situation ends, and then we're supposed to be taking the medicine now at night. So Ibe at night, and then she says we're gonna be so unable to do anything. So she's gonna handle dinner for night one. She's gonna handle dinner for stuff because the ceremony that we're about to go into, we won't be able to do anything. Sharp. So I haven't slept the night before, and before leaving, like there's just a situation at home where I just needed to sort things out, but the village came through and assisted with that. And my mother was also in hospital. So but I was like, ish, it's every time I go for like a healing stuff like this, there's always blockages like this. That is why I was like, no, let me just go. But I made sure she sorted on all of that. The village pulled through, somebody took blankets for my mom and all of that. Sharp. I come ceremony time, guys. Ceremony time, not this lady. Ne? So she's got the tools. She's got the Amazonian drum. She's got the Hana djembe though. She's got I think tiny djembe. I don't know if she borrowed it there because she was saying she needs to borrow a drum and stuff like that. She's got the wind instruments as well. Ne? Hi. We are there. This lady Orikona, she's not gonna give me. Oh, she says first in the day. No, she thinks she's forgotten the medicine. Ne? I'm there for the healing, girl. I'm there for the healing. She says she forgot the medicine, and but then she takes long in her little chalet there. So we shower after Lagoon, we shower and then prepare for this thing. Because I know like especially like in my early days when I take cannabis, my temperature would drop. So I'm like, no, let me get warm. And also lady psychedelics, usually your temperature would drop. So anyway, keep it warm, I rekeep there and get the block and all of that. I hope you can still hear me. My neighbor is about to leave or something. But anyway, so she brings the cups, or not the shot glasses. So they administer the ayahuasca lady Huachuma in shot glasses. So she says to me that she doesn't want to give me 2 shots because I've already done a psychedelic retreat before. But I'm like, I've never done on cannabis. I've never done it on shrooms before. So, moena o orefa matekwan. How do you give me a shot? How do you give me cannabis juice? It's juice, this thing. Anyway, we take the shots and we're waiting. We're under the stars. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. There's the waters there, the lagoon is there, but nothing is happening, nothing is happening. And I'm like, okay. And this is somebody who's fasted off cannabis, fasted off, like heavy foods and all of that. We're starving. We haven't eaten that day. We have not eaten. And I starve. Gives us cannabis. And I decide, maybe if I take a nap, this thing will come. This thing doesn't come. But I'm hearing everything that's going on around me. So, let me wait for the revving to end. Askisi. Oh, can you guys still hear me? Okay, reversal. Anyway, so this gogo, she gets annoyed, because also she's a cannabis smoker. She's a cannabis smoker, and so I think she had struggled with staying off cannabis, but she decides, I know, if this, she gets up here, she goes and prepares dinner. The other gogo, not the one. So red flag number 5. Drumming your sisters, man. Drumming your sisters, especially if you're saying this is a trancing situation. Drumming your sisters is off key. off key, ne? So these are the things I'm hearing in my little shut eye moment, because I'm trying to, let me take a nap, maybe it will come, but it's not coming. I'm not tripping, I'm not getting to any dimension, nothing is happening. Her drumming is offbeat, and then she also has the singing bowl as well, and all of that. Nothing is happening. Shabo, we decide, let's pack up, Abo. Let's pack up, and we go sit by our glam tent. Let's go sit by our glam tent. So we have dinner by our glam tent that the other gogo had prepared. So we had noodles on night one. And now we can eat. I get it, we're supposed to be done with the ceremony. So this fake shaman, yeah, I'm getting a lot of clients. You guys need a not a reset, but she was basically gaslighting us to say that the medicine is not working because like our systems are so clogged with cannabis. We need like a whole reset, ne? Even regular stoning, I can get myself to a higher dimension with regular stoning. Now we're administer in a ceremony, and you're saying that the reason we're not getting it, but because I'm still a bit woozy from cannabis, it is an indica, so it's a downer. So okay, indica it's a downer. So I'm like, let me also be peaceful. Let me see how this thing is gonna play out. Is this lady gonna take accountability? So I let her be on night one. I let her be, and then in the rising she comes to have also she's quite stingy, this lady, ne? So other gogo ubo, and I don't know how she saw, but she saw because she had her own groceries. She had like big chunks of nuts. She had this like junk, like shamani or go spiritual retreat, Mario, you have junk, you have trash food there. Now December cakes and all of that. I didn't see all those things. But anyway, I'm minding my business. I'm in my little thing. So we're having breakfast there. So Uri gaslight us some more, this lady, and I'm like, hey Gogo, it's please just wait a little bit. Gogo, you said you forgot the medicine, so please, accountability on your part. You gave us cannabis. I'm a cannabis consumer, even regular cannabis, even if we had smoked the cannabis rather, instead of you giving us cannabis juice. And now you want to say that this thing did not work because Rona, we need a reset, and we're now, how the clients that you're getting now, what. And then she says, yeah, what, this was a love offering. Her price, yeah, she's speaking on top of her price. This was a love offering. She doesn't really charge this much, but her ancestors guided her that she needs to do this thing. This was you seeing things that are done on social media and you want to try them. Don't effing play in spiritual space, especially with things that have to do with native people, or the Native Americans. They take their spirituality seriously. Sharp. Then she gaslights us some, and then I tell her, Gogo, I'm not here for a vacation. I'm here for the spiritual retreat. I'm here to also assist my business in elevating certain things because the spiritual leg of being a business person is missing here. So I'm here for the spirit. So I'm here for spiritual versus this. So you did not pull up on your part. And she's like, then she agrees. I'm like, no, when we get to Joburg, I'd like to do the ceremony still. She agrees, Gogo. She agrees. Little chats, this is day one, little chats there. Because the other Gogo, before that, she's like, do you feel like this Gogo is like clutching at straws? And I'm like, hey, Gogo, I don't want to be the one to say it. And I'm like, I hope that nonsense that was happening in the water, I hope you're not taking a decision based on the nonsense that was happening on the water. Let the decision that you want to take be a decision that you make yourself. But Lina, like immediately when she said womb instead of my heart chakra, I knew that something was off. But this is a little private conversation. We're like, no, let's give her some time to see what's going to be happening. So anyway, breakfast happens, and then she's eating eggs there. Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with eggs, but we're still doing the healing work. How you eating chicken abortions while we're still doing the work? Anyway, I do my look. I don't know, when we get to Joburg, it's fine. You guys will come and we'll do the ceremony there since I forgot the medicine. This is her saying she's taking accountability about. And I'm like, even the cannabis was supposed to get something, especially now if you're including sound therapy through drums, but your drumming is off as well. Musaiti, your drumming is also off. It's off key. So we're not a artist. Grand sharp. Go. What else does she do? This grand Uri Iblasi grand. And then, okay, Shab, they'll share their personal stories. I'm not going to share their personal stories and whatnot, but there's certain things that were not very palatable that you're saying about the request that she makes from her ancestors and all of that, things of I'm a very sexualia person, but when coming to spirit work, there's certain things that you need to, certain things have certain timing, akobele timing. So anyway, I get convo AO, and because I'm not the most girliest or whatnot, I'm not the most feminine, but yeah, I mean these convos where they're speaking about their desires and all of that. And then day 2, so what I would do here, because I saw her here, it's a bit, oh no, this was the actual day, the day after the tripping. So they get into a fight, like, they get into a fight, and I'm like, this energy ain't for me. I walk off, because it was you could tell fake shaman, fake shamani. She takes things that she hears other people saying or things from social media, and then she wants to implement them in these ceremonies that she does. And obviously, if you're new to the space, you will definitely fall for these things. You'll definitely feel that something is happening here. You'll definitely feel, oh my gosh, something is happening here, when something is not happening there. Sharp. Then they get into an argument about healing the lineage. So while we're there having breakfast, she fake trances and says that my inner child is an inner child who was molested as a child and whatnot. So I know, like, with therapy, especially because I've done the retreats before with a real shaman, shout out to Lwazi. I've done a retreat like this before. We've done that work before, and there's no, it's not this child here. So I've already known. So she wanted to place it on my father. So joke's on you, because I only met my father in my adult life. Second of all, the grandfather raised me passed away when I think I was 12, yes, 12, grade 7. Yeah, I was 12. And because of, and then I'm like, okay, maybe it's a blockage. So she says I'm blocking a lot of things. So I'm like, okay, in grade 8, not in grade 8, sorry, in high school, as my dad, it's something that I would have remembered, because I remember when they were having a wedding with my mother. My mother had to go back to Johannesburg, her parents' home to Johannesburg, to, yeah, that period where you can't be with your husband before the wedding. I don't know. I don't know how weddings work, but she had to be away from home. So if I was molested, there would have been a time for me to be molested then. But because I was also grown, it's not something that I would have blocked. And because a friend of mine, her stepdad's brother or whatever, I don't know. Nigerians say everybody's their brother, even though they're not brothers. But my friend, there was a time where my friend was almost ex no what word can I use, sexually yeah, RAPE'd by her stepdad's brother. She came running to our house and we provided the shelter. So if my dad was something like that, if I'd blocked something like that from my dad, I think maybe when that situation was also happening, it's something I would have remembered. So I'm like, this lady is talking BAs. So anyway, she fakes her trance. She needs something covering her shoulders. She starts crying there. There's this little child who's so scared and whatnot and whatnot. And I'm like, girl. So I know, obviously, in the common theme in healing space, there is a lot of sexual molestation. There's also a lot of healers, they have that trauma. If it's not you, it probably be in the lineage. So this was the argument that was happening between these two ladies. No. So this gogo felt, and I'm not healing generations. I also have my own mission here, but I'm from the school of things in your lineage can definitely affect you, hence with the real psychedelic retreat that I did, they were able to like abaletho, were able to clear my womb space and heal this trauma that is probably happening or has been happening in my lineage and all of that. So when she's saying a little girl in a corner and all of that, I'm like, yo. So anyway, I walk off here, I go by the beach. So I was journaling a lot, I was reading a lot, because also I'm not connected to any socials or anything like that. Anyway, this Gogo decides she's gonna go on a joyride with the locals there. So she went on a cart bike and all of that. So Gogo, she calls me and she sends me a WhatsApp. So I had a little bit of data because we had bought these SIM cards. I've also asked this Gogo Ole joyride while the local. Or no, can you get me data? So give her 50 Meti cash, gets me a gig. get the gig, so I connect. So she had sent me a message, no, can we have a one-on-one? Nabo? So when I get there, she wants to, number one, to rise about the other gogo. And I'm like, gogo, can we just focus on like our work? Everything else, you saw that I walked away from the argument that you guys were in. Can we just focus on us? I don't want to be talking behind anybody's back. I don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that. And especially because I don't know y'all, and I'm not going to do an analysis of what had happened. You guys host your own views, and we're not go. I feel like you don't know what it is that you're doing. But anyway, give me a chance. I actually even have recordings. I must listen to them so I can chuckle on my own. So she says, no, this little child. So we go into the session, and give the session, and I'm boiling on the inside from anger, thinking, oh my gosh, this lady brought me to, or I brought myself to foreign land for this nonsense, you know. So Kautla, like it's a whole social media TikTok things that she saw on TikTok and all of that, you know. Hi Shapo. And then she says no, she'll do I think water therapy, or she'll do a channeling for me tomorrow, but because it's so heavy, because it's so heavy, she'll see how she feels. What kind of shaman are you? What kind of shaman are you if you don't know how to handle energies, if you don't know how to, if we're not. Anyway, so on night one, also she gets locked out of her chalet because she blamed the other gogo, said the other gogo had locked her out, but gogo did not lock her out. Sliding door. So anyway, when the people by the venue come through the next day, they're like, no, it wasn't locked, they opened. So she's such a brat, this lady, like she's a brat, this shaman. She's like, yeah, now to sleep in other beds and whatnot. First of all, you're not appreciative. Gogo feel space on her other bed. She gave you space on her other bed, and stop saying thank you. You complaining about how your energies and your crown chakra is opened. Hi Shapo. Then we go to I leave her about it. No, she'll tell me the next day. She doesn't do anything the next day. We decide we're just gonna have a vacation. Clearly nothing like this is happening. So anyway, I enjoy my space there, and you know, I do my own therapy. So in the rising, I'd wake up, you know, connect with the energy of the place, deities, the water gods, and all of that, you know, and do my own therapy, you know. So I think the lesson that I learned from there is, you know what, stop relying on external people for your spiritual work, you know. So not that I'm saying, don't go and consult, but don't be a consultation hole, you know, where you're going to be hopping from healer to healer, hoping to hear something different, hoping to hear what it is that you want to hear from your own understanding or whatnot, you know. So it's fine, like you can do it like a checkup, obeli, maybe or whatever. Check in, but don't be a consultation hole. You're gonna be hopping from healer to healer to healer to healer to healer to healer to healer. So the lesson that I got from that is that rely on your own self, you know, rely on your own self, because I think the work that I put in there presented the fruits that I'm enjoying right now, you know, because she didn't do her part. Anyway, we fast forward here, we decide here to have a whole vacation and all of that. So the reason of this is this whole thing that triggered me, where I'm seeing that fast forward actually. So anyway, so the mood is sour throughout. It's 7 days, we're in foreign lands. It's 7 days, this lady does not hold space. She has another guest over some other day. Anyway, now my final day, because also I was like, it's not on my last day to be off. I go sleep in a different chalet on my own, so just consent her, you know, and all of that, because also tiffs happened when people live together for the longest. But the silent passive tiffs, and then I go sleep in my own chalet there. And then this girl, she's such a liar, this shaman, she's such a liar. She said, we're going to get a shuttle from the place, Berlin, the place there in Mars. We're going to get a shuttle that takes us straight to where we're going to get the bus, ne? Sharp. That does not happen again. Was on 5 modes of transport, including public transport yet again. And she was saying that they had charged her 9,000 Meti cash, which converts to, 18,000 wasn't 3.5. The one that were charged when we were supposed to go there initially, were charged, the 9,000 Meti cash, which was a lie, because when you're calculating also the taxi fee It's 300 Meticash per head, which doesn't get to 9,000 Meticash. So she was hogging money, she was hogging food, she was quite greedy, she was not in her force, she was not in her element, she was fake transing, she was doing all of that. Anyway, final day, 5 modes of transport again, and I've never been so happy to see welcome back to South Africa. So when my network connects back again in the country, I see on the group that she's administering already. She's wanting to scam round 2 of people. She's already sending people it's a new moon. It's a new moon. It's not an offering. What do they call it? Like ukanyisa, but there's an English word that these modern healers use. Not an offering, but something like that. She says it's 222. I was not part of it, but she was probably gonna Google stuff to do from the moon or whatever it is, stuff from Google, not stuff that is there. And then other things that she was saying was things like she was taken to some place there in the northwest, and then bekafika bamfaka endumbeni bamupha ditahola, and she had to show people, which is saying old school healer would do that to anybody. Anyway, asikho lapho. Anyway, we get to South Africa, and then I tell my sister Nora, like we haven't even landed in South Africa, she's already scamming the next group of people. So anyway, I get home here, and it's a clean shower and all. Not shower, I don't have a shower tub. I clean and bath, do my laundry and all of that, and then I ask her, no, actually, I gave her a day. The next day, I text her. I'm like, okay, go. I'm seeing that Friday is a public holiday, so maybe we can please tell me the date we can do the ceremony before the 18th of September, because I can't remember what it is I wanted to do after the 18th of September. And then I'm going to stay in the space, about the purity space. I'm going to stay in this purity space. And no, I'm like, because I had the food that was there, because you can't go to a country and then you don't taste the food that's there. Anyway, but I was gonna, from that day, if she said no kids then I was gonna prepare 7 days again. I was gonna fast for 7 days and all of that. Sharp. Then she says to me, Katloli, read this thing. Maybe I should post these things. So she had agreed, remember, that we're gonna have a ceremony at this side, ne? We're gonna have a ceremony this side. And that's her taking accountability. She didn't bring the medicine. She didn't do her part. Listen to what this lady says to me. Ne? So, okay. She says to me, grand setting queen. Ne? So I'm like somebody also who looks on social media for the things that people say. Grand setting queen, given how everything unfolded and the plans you have for my practice, I simply cannot do ceremony with you. I cannot unhear what I heard or unsee what I saw, especially given how I sat with you when you asked and even offered more, and still to get to the outcome that I got. Considering the cost of the trip and the work you did allow me to do, please decide how much you believe your sacred journey is worth, and I'll gladly refund you by the end of August. My work is sacred to me. No amount of money is worth ever disregarding that under any circumstances. I'm not here to please. I'm here to serve. And if this means my practice being dragged through the mud, I'm here for it. Ne? So, ne? So, number one, you're delusional. What plans do I have for your practice? 2, you cannot even tap into anybody's spirit way, Nane. Please go check out her practice. It's called Awakening Center of Consciousness. Please do not be scammed by these people, ne? She's got real healers there, but her herself, she's not a shaman, ne? Unali, you can literally, if you wanna work on Muti, you can go Farate. What's a course nyana, then they give you certificate in THO. So I wanna report this, go THO as well. What kind of healers are you guys having in your space? Because it's that conversation we're having with the last live that we did. Okay, I'm not one to want people to be certified by the system, but maybe that gives us a little bit of a safety net. A little bit of a safety net. Okay, maybe this person is legit. I know there's a Gogo I speak to on the regular. She feels very passionately about people who don't respect spiritual space. And also, so I say to her, I'm asking, what plans do I have for your practice when so okay, I'm gonna give her time to see what long refund So she refunds me $500 on trial. She refunds me $500, and so I'm still stuck on the plans I have for her practice, the plans that I have for her practice. So I'm definitely gonna be serving her, because Uskam artist Uskam artist, you had agreed that when we get to the side, you're gonna do the shroom Not that I'm disrespecting the shroom thing as well. We're gonna do the shrooming ceremony with you because you forgot, you did not account. We're like a love offering and whatnot. That's not on us. You said this is your fee, we paid the fee, you know. Anyway, we fast forward now. We fast forward. So I haven't even connected to the other gogo to say, hey, gogo, but we can't come anymore and all of that because this is my fight that I want to fight. So now I'm seeing some post that landed up on me. She wants to be celebrating the African New Year back in this country that we just came from. She wants to be celebrating the African New Year there, and she's saying healing work. You don't know how to do water therapy, one. You don't know how to work with plant medicine, two. You are scamming people. Her fee is 8,888. So even the fees that she's choosing, there's nothing spiritual about that. This is literally stuff that you have Googled, Tanya Kayembe. These are stuff that you have literally Googled. There's no reasoning for you for that. Then the other fee, if you're sharing, I think it's 7,777 rand. So please, guys, please guard your spirit, because there's a lot of scammer people. And as we're beginning our live, I said that, you know, we appreciate the work that was done in demystifying this healing space, you know, but it has opened up a portal for people to present themselves as certain things when they are not those things, you know. Shamanism, aglalwa Amazon. The Native Americans do not play with their healing modalities in that way. There's no way you're going to be approved. You do not know how to work with this medicine, period. You Google stuff for the fact that the stuff that you're saying to me that I can recognize from the Chinese app, TikTok, is saying that to be Hurai. When I was scam artist, Gamo, she's a very better woman. You know, I'm not gonna go into her personal life and all of that. That's her story to tell, but she tells us on social media. You can go, I think on social, her handle key. But if you search Tanya Kayembe or Awakening Center of Consciousness, you will find the things that she does. So I'm not one to also shit on, but again, practices, a healer or business, another woman. You know, it takes me a long time, especially if we're black. We're still very pacifying each other, even though when you're doing nonsense, you're doing nonsense. But this one, you're breaking a spiritual code. You're breaking a spiritual code where now you want to take money that other people have probably sacrificed from, or fool people into thinking that you're able to connect with their ancestors, whereas you don't know how to. And I'm not one to be anti people who self-initiate. I'm really never anti that. But you need to have done the work. You are just Googling and TikToking stuff, and now are busy scamming people. So I know with this one she worded it nicely. Abare, there's no refunds. One, she put that waivanyana, there's no refunds. And then two, she says healing modality. So she did not present it as a psychedelic because I guess learning curve in that actually know the stuff that she's doing. So if you go on her reviews, you see it's just these people, you know. Obviously, if I'm gonna be drumming and giving you a mad bath when you come into Africa, you're gonna feel that something spiritual is happening. If obviously I'm gonna be giving you a heat, she's got a sweat lodge kind of situation, you're gonna be feeling that it's spiritual. If I'm gonna be having the singing bowl and all of that, you're gonna feel that no, shaman, but you're not a shaman. She's fake, guys. Please do not be scammed, especially the people that I saw in the group there, the people that we've walked the journey. You know, please do not be scammed. And I think that should have been my other flag. If these people are not coming on board with this one, maybe I shouldn't come, you know. But I thought, okay, maybe it's last minute and money situations. But clearly, their people, they listen to their people. I didn't listen to my people because a lot of flags were flacharing. And then, what else did I want to say about this lady? But I'm going to do a TikTok on this one. I hope it's going to be a little bit short, it's a spiritual duty. I cannot watch other people be scammed in this regard. That is why I am doing this session here. I did not want to mar my space with this nonsense. I did not want to destroy her practice, but she said I have plans for her practice, right? But we're going to be going the legal route, obviously, you know, for these things. We're also going to be going the THO route, even though I'm not the biggest fan of THO, because I feel like, you guys still are asking permission from these people to administer a African spirituality, you know. But she's a lady more, so arete wrap up, ne? She fakes her trances. She Googles stuff she Googles stuff that people say when they're in trance. She watches a lot of TikTok stuff, and because bo ayahuasca and wachuma are very what's this popular, let me say popular right now. She disrespected that, and I really hope she gets whipped. I really hope the Amazonian people whip her. I hope her own ancestors, they whip her to be playing with people like that, to be yeah, guys, call my power back to me. Have you guys seen that clip? Please Google call yourself back. No, Google I call my power back to me and see the clip that comes up there. So it's a very, very powerful spell. It's a very, very powerful incantation. Yes, it's very, very powerful. But if you are like Tanya Kayembe here, where you are just using it to scam people of their money, no, I really hope they whip her. But for those who are gonna be engaging in her services, guys, please stay woke. If you're new, please, the starting point of anything, of any consultation, go emsamo. If you don't know how to go emsamo or to set up iladi or please do holla. We can help you. You know, some people do it for free 99. I can assist with guidance, how you can do this, how you can do that. And it's a what's this? It's not specifically work that I do, but if your people send you to me, I will definitely be helping you with that. You know, I've never like my babies, they know, like I don't charge whatever. But if you're sent to me and your people sent you to me and they're asking me to do certain things for you, whether we submitting, whether re ruta hore o connect what candles you use, what, you know. And this thing of asking people to intercede for you, please ask for permission. Boma, I will pray for you. You need to ask permission from people. That is you breaking spiritual code if you're praying for somebody when they did not ask you to pray for them. When you're calling people's names, when you do not have the authority or the permission to do so. Don't do that. Don't also give away your power to people. If you go, even on the day you go for a reading with whoever, start some. Tell your people go to bonang. Kia ko pleking so, and ke kopa go kopana le lona so. The best place to start is always with source. Always start with self first. You know, if something feels off, please listen to that. But my friend ended up not going to this retreat because I was dryly and she kept on saying, if you want your money, you need to get your money back, kind of situation. But that is all I have for today's live. Please catch up on the dope sessions that we had. Professor, some still call him a doctor, but Chief Matole Moteja. Interesting lessons we are getting from that one. And yeah, those who are still wanting to hop onto the Newt situation, even though we are on week 2 now with our Newt fast, please, you can holler. We did share the WhatsApp number for that. Maybe I'll share it in the description box here as well if you want to join us in that. But collectively, we need to be doing work for the restoration and the healing of Black people, but we are also holding space for people who have their own personal requests, you know. So that is all I have for today, and I hope, please don't be scammed. Please don't be scammed in spiritual spaces. Please Google the people, you know. Google it after when I got home, excuse me for that. Google when I got home, and I can see that she been trying in this space. There's a time more, there's a time more to give the illusion, you know, and I'm not anti the people basatwasang. I'm really not. I am definitely for that, but it needs to be earnest. It needs to have you done the work. If you're saying what are you working with certain ancestors, you need to have done that. So she's not a certified shaman. Number one, Tanya Kayembe is not a certified shaman. Asi Gogo. It's just a person who has access to data. She knows how to Google things. She knows how to place things. Her social media is pretty amazing. Like the posters that she makes, pretty amazing. But she's got real healers that are there. But I don't know, Hore. yeah, if one is a scammer, the others, bonaba bereka jwang. But I haven't had encounters with the healers that she works with in her space. But she's on a farm, and obviously it's easier to scam these people, and these people, if they don't know who they are first, or if they're new to the space. So please do not be victims of these people. If you need psychedelic retreat, ke kopa le hola reng Loazi of Psychedelic Medicine SA. Legit, ne? And it's just unfortunate that the ones that work lady shrooms get makhoa, but there's also Zola, ne? Or she. He's got Zola, he's got dreadlocks. He works with shrooms. He does real ceremonies, real ceremonies. So if you're looking for that, whatever things that you need, guys, like now I'm really presenting myself as a barking a connector of if you need certain things of a connector. We have found dinaka. I remember I was asking her where can we get dinaka tabapedi for certain thing. We managed to get those. So if you need her, okay, go consult a guy or I'm gonna give you people that I know, that I trust, but also the onus is on you to also go back to source, go back to self, sit with self, practice meditation, practice. Even if you sit in silence, that is also meditation on its own. You don't have to do the whole mambo jumbo like that, incense and all of that. Sit and just center yourself. Go out in nature. Take a run. Some people, running is a meditation for them. Listen to self first. Do not be a victim. Do not be a victim, And now, like, obviously, because, like I said, I was very trusting. I thought in spiritual space, man, we respect the space. We are, we are aligned. We know this is sacred work. We know it's a sacred work. And I like a sacred work like this. So I want to read my responses to her, saying that I have plans for her practice. Lady, I don't know you. What plans would I have for your practice? So I say to her, good setting, job, guys. I'm a bit unclear with plans I have for your practice. When did that transpire? We said, and you said to me, you'll see how you're feeling because it's intense and no further communication came from you. So I'm a bit lost when you say I have plans for your practice. I think sacred work has integrity, and from your end, you didn't deliver. After we spoke, when it's just the two of us, I thought we had finalized I thought we had finalized that, so I'm rather surprised with your response. As an adult and initiated shaman, I came to you respectfully and asked we don't include anyone else in the work we are doing. When you wanted to explain things, I asked to not be a part of your argument, Lekogo. If you heard or saw something off-putting, why did you not address it? So she's very Otaba confrontation one, and okay, and I say truly disappointing when I was still giving you benefit of the doubt. As I initially said, it seems a little disorganized. So her retreat was very disorganized. There's no pre-counseling, there's no post-counseling clearly. As initially said, it seems a little disorganized. And again, it seems like there was no plan. And we were maybe agreeing for peace sake that you will do ceremony. Very cowardized. Please do refund me the amount was due for ceremony because it's not on at all cowardly behavior. So disorganized. We also got the program of the day. We also got the program of the day already when we were in the country already. Day one is going to be this, day two is going to be this, day three is going to be this. So is this a shaman? She's not a shaman, guys. She's not a shaman. Please do not be scammed. Please do not. If you need an African New Year to go to, I can plug you with other things. Not a 8,880. But if you want a vacation, please by all means go. But just know that the energy and you're thinking you're going to do a sacred work and all of that. You're gonna be on a bus, on an intercape bus, and if you have safety issues, we know that bus. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't too bad. It really wasn't too bad. It's just 10 hours. But if you wanna fly, go fly. But just know that please hold space for your own self. This shaman is not a shaman. She's not a healer of any kind. She's not a healer. Otaba confrontation. She has zero accountability. She has she found people that were calling her out on her scam. And I think let's end this live now. Let me go do some coding. I'm a little bit behind on all of that. But happy today. We will catch up. I think our next episode will probably be a live session on Sunday, but things can happen in the middle here. And next week we're gonna have the final part of a conversation with Ntate Matole Moteja. And after that, I think we're gonna be closing up the nude season. But happy fasting for those who are fasting, happy observing. And I know a lot of deaths have been happening this season, but umkhathu vulekile, definitely, like umkhathu vulekile, and condolences to those who've lost their people. And speaking of umkhathu vulekile, because speaking of umkhatho vulekile, if you have people like ba hlokang ho khupholwa, the heavens are open right now. This is the opportune time for those who did not catch our episodes. Okay, what kind of work is done? Got this nude. Also, still remember we're working with the water element. Got the season in. So I hated doing this. But yeah, I hope the message was across. But this, like I'm saying, it's just a spiritual duty. Please do not be scammed. I cannot watch people be scammed in a spiritual space. Rather be scammed go the forex and all of that. But rather be scammed in anything else, but not in spiritual space. And I think this is what we're failing, healers of today, of it's not even the secrecy, but the sacred, not the secrecy, what's the word? Not secrecy, the discreetness of the space. Some things are really not for social media. And next thing Tanya offer makobong. So we really love the works that the healers of old did, or the initial ones that they did. But when things started becoming more material, things that started becoming people are actually doing this for content versus, yes, and her insistence on please take content, we need to show the people the content. Why? So that should be a flag. If your healer is more interested in content versus the actual work and actual sacredness of the work, then you definitely know, who this is not a person. And obviously, when you're seeing clips of people doing work at the waters or mapa and whatnot, you're gonna believe it. There's one hike that she has there, people mapa and all of that and whatnot. But if you want stuff, guys, like more spacing scene, and I really hope we get to a point where healers also call themselves to themselves for Ishman. And like, yeah, should this go on social media? Should this not go on social media? I think I've also, I'm taking accountability. I've shot pictures where and whatnot, but there's no way where I have onukad anybody or revealed anybody or any session that I have with anybody and presented it for social media. Even the stuff that I do, like remember the other live session I said, I'm glad actually we did not get into sharing like spell work, because healing is also not generic. It's not a blanket approach. You really need to be able to connect with somebody's people if you're working with that person. So happy today, and yeah, I hated doing this, man. It was such on a peaceful tip, but we haven't had a winter clock in the longest. But it is a Wednesday. Guys, the concentration camp, this will go under that playlist. But yeah, please be careful of scammers in spiritual spaces. Please be careful of, yeah, man, the regular Togozas. If you go for a floor x-ray and something seems a little bit off, please listen to that navigation system, your Heru self, that thing that takes you to ascension. Listen to that. If something feels off, rather leave, rather, it's. But yes, I get my ad. I will be doing a more trashier version of this on TikTok. Marcos.